Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the newest installation into the Call of Duty series that aims to bring back players of the golden eras of COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. After all, it's the first Modern Warfare title launch since 2011 and brings with it the biggest changes ever seen in the franchise, including, but not limited to, free DLC for all players, crossplay and cross-save functionality, the elimination of supply drops and RNG, and a completely overhauled engine for the first time since the original Modern Warfare game released in 2007. Those are some serious changes there, and it's about as promising of a game as any Call of Duty player could ever dream up. But there's only one small problem, and that problem is, it's just about the campiest game in the entire f***ing franchise, and it's not even close. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be saying to yourself, Mr. Food, how can you possibly come out and say this? All you've done is trolled people on Twitter for complaining about camping, telling people to stop bitching, etc., etc. Why all of a sudden are you coming out and saying that Modern Warfare is campy when you haven't said a goddamn word on it this entire time? Well, there's a serious disease out there, and it's known as delusional fanboyism. And while a majority of the gaming population may suffer from it, it just so happens that I do not. The biggest symptom of delusional fanboyism is not being able to recognize something negative about a certain thing that you yourself like. That's right, because if something is true, you bet that I'll admit it, even if that something is something negative about a thing that I love. Hell, for an example, Black Ops 1, which is the best game in the entire universe ever made, if you ask me. But I'll still admit that Ghost was broken, the FAMAS was way too powerful, and a slew of other things wrong with that game. Yes, delusional fanboyism is a very serious disease, but luckily I have been vaccinated. On the other hand, there's people out there who say that Modern Warfare 2 was the best Call of Duty of all time. Those people unfortunately had anti-vaxxer parents, and so they were infected with this horrible disease that is sadly largely incurable. Thoughts and prayers? Yes, there is a camping problem in this game. I will admit it, there's no question about it, but why is that? What causes one of the most highly anticipated games of the decade to suffer such an ugly, horrible disease to the point where the best players in the world don't even want to play this game anymore? Today we're going to discuss and analyze all of the different reasons that Modern Warfare is the campiest Call of Duty game ever made. And as usual, before we get started, you need to let me know down in the comments below right now, what do you think makes this game so campy? Make sure to compare your list of reasons to mine, and as usual, we'll get a conversation going. If you're new, make sure to subscribe here so you can be a part of the buzz every single time a brand new video goes live. And last but not least, watch the entire video, don't be a bitch. Map design. If I had $1 for every single time I saw someone bitch and moan about the maps on this game, I'd be damn near retired right now and streaming full time so you could actually watch me stream more than once a month. Just about everyone is pissed about the map design in this game, but there is some truth to this. The maps are littered with buildings that have many entrances and exits, many different rooms, and many different floors. It is more dangerous to be out in the open in this game than any other Call of Duty game out there. This particular type of map design makes the maps have practically no flow whatsoever, and this is one of those games where it is so hard to predict where enemies are going to be coming from that rather than rush around and try to do that, you're better off just sitting back and letting them run across the street and then you blindside them. Now, I'm not saying that I hate the maps, and I don't necessarily think they're great either, but generally, the consensus that the maps are subpar is something that I could agree with. You know, I'd say the only maps that I actually get pumped to play are Hackney Yard, Gunrunner, and Arklov Peak, and that's about it. There's really no other maps that when I see it come up in the rotation, I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to play in this map. You know, they're pretty average maps. And this kind of hurts to say because there's something I really don't like about this, and that is this. Pretty much all we've had since Black Ops 3 is the 3-lane map design, and after a couple of years of that, it became pretty clear that that's what the community preferred. But then it's like all of a sudden out of nowhere, just as the end of Black Ops 4 came around, everybody started getting sick of 3-lane map design. And before you know it, you start hearing people say, oh, I want those old school Call of Duty style maps. Okay, well here you go, you got them now. But surprise, surprise, Call of Duty community asks for something, gets that thing, and then turns into a bunch of little crybaby bitches when they got it. How shocking. But all hating aside, if we're keeping it real now, man, for the most part, the map design in this game, while not totally horrible, probably ain't it, chief. I don't know about y'all, but man, I am excited for some classic maps like Terminal, Subbase, Afghan, and High Rise to make their return in Modern Warfare, because that is definitely going to happen. God, I never thought I'd say I'd be happy to play on Terminal. I really hate what I've become sometimes. Slow sprint out times are the bane of a rusher's existence. It seems that Infinity Ward must not have been paying attention to the huge problem that Sledgehammer Games faced with Call of Duty World War II. Those were some of the worst sprint out times we had ever seen up until that point, and the community backlash was insane. Short sprint out times are a must if you have an FPS game that you want to play fast, and they are certainly lacking here in Modern Warfare. Plain and simple, if you can't have your weapon ready to melt some little bitch ass Timmy No Thumbs noob sitting in the corner with his claymore by the door, waiting in ADS watching the door, then yes, there is simply no reason to run around in this game. And it's not only moving that's punished, it's sprinting particularly as a whole. And these slow sprint out times do not help that whatsoever. If these sprint out times were buffed, you might, and I mean you might, not totally, but you might have a chance to counteract that. But the way things currently are, not a chance, my dudes. This makes rushing around with an SMG or a shotgun a very unattractive playstyle, and all of a sudden, camping out in a single building with an AR is sounding pretty good right now. And speaking of things being slow, let's throw on another few things to this slow list while we're at it. Slow ADS times. Now listen, I'm not a stats guy. In fact, I really couldn't care less because even stats probably couldn't change my mind at this point. But Modern Warfare has got to have the slowest ADS times of any COD ever. Slower than COD 4, slower than Black Ops 1, slower than World War II, you get the picture. This goes hand in hand with the sprint out times. There's only one way to counter a slow ADS time. Don't have one, right? Just don't have one. Instead of running around and ADSing as needed, why not just stay ADS'd a majority of the game so that there's zero ADS time at all? True galaxy brain stuff right there from the campers. I can maybe imagine a world where one of these things was true, but both ADS and sprint out times being slow, oh my god, like what were they thinking? And when you take those two things and combine them with this third thing here that is slow, it's absolutely horrendous. And that would be the slowest of slow, quite possibly one of the most annoying things about this game, slow movement speed. Literally, that's it. The speed at which you walk, run, and move in this game is just so I can't even put it into words. Like why? Honestly, why? You may have noticed that in the background of this video, the only type of gameplay that you've been seeing here is PC gameplay. Why am I playing this game on PC? Well, besides running absolutely abysmally on a vanilla Xbox One to the point where I couldn't spot a full 60 frames to save my life, I play the game on PC for the FOV slider. Yeah, that's right, I crank that thing all the way up, and in addition to getting extra peripheral vision, it makes me feel like I'm running at a much faster pace than I actually am. It just makes running, shooting, sliding, and all movement generally just feel much better. I can't take it on console, I really can't, and I'm not one of those PC master race people. Well, I kind of am maybe, sometimes. But I remember in the beta of this game, one of the first things I noticed was like, oh my god, this movement speed is so slow. Something's got to be done about this, and they haven't done anything about it. The speed at which you move in this game is very frustrating, especially after games like Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 4 greatly increase the running speed to make rushing playstyle faster and more fun. Go back and play Black Ops 4 and compare that to an earlier Call of Duty game, and oh my god, they turned it up so much in that game. I said it in a previous video, my favorite thing about Black Ops 4 was the very fast gameplay, but with slow movement here in Modern Warfare, just about all there is to do is camp. I mean, can you blame people? It's too frustrating to move around. Why would you ever want to subject yourself to that? Kill streaks instead of score streaks. Yikes, man. Just yikes. I mean, talk about a step backward. Oh my good god. Kill streaks are like your ex-girlfriend. You may look back with very fond memories and how great everything was back then. You might even go back and play old CODs every now and then use kill streaks, and it feels great. Just like when you randomly used to bang your ex-girlfriend even though y'all already broke up. But the moment that banging turns back into dating again and kill streaks are now added back into Modern Warfare, you realize you've made a horrible, grave mistake, my man. And we've all done it. See, things had to change for a reason. There was a reason things didn't work out in the first place, but now you went ahead and thought with your heart and not your mind, and here we are stuck with kill streaks again. I mean, literally stuck. That's the only word I'd use to describe it. I don't think there's anything good about this decision in this game. If you want people to move around, you gotta give them the incentive to move around, and it's that simple. People want their chopper gunners, they want their VTOLs, they want their Harriers, and all the other streaks in this game, and you've pretty much left them no way to get it other than sit in corners and camp for them, just like they did back in Modern Warfare 2 and all those other terrible games. Mistakes have been made with this game, and no doubt about it, but I think kill streaks are one of the biggest, like maybe one of the most fatal mistakes of a bunch of mistakes. The mini-map. Now, the mini-map is not something I'm super mad about, to be quite honest, but I thought I'd put it in here anyway because a lot of people seem to be mad about this one, and I'm trying to evaluate all of the reasons that Modern Warfare is campy, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'll always keep it 100, right? The elimination of red dots on the mini-map hasn't really seemed like a huge deal to me personally, and in defense of that, actually, if it was a traditional mini-map, then all that would do is create a suppressor meta again, just like you had in just about every single COD from Modern Warfare 2 all the way until World War II. Regardless, I do understand that if people weren't using suppressors and they did show up in the minimap, then it would encourage people to chase those red dots every now and then. Probably pretty often, actually, now that I think about it. But I want you to truly think about that one and let me know why down in the comments below. Honestly, I'm pretty neutral on this one, and I'm not sure just how campy of a game that this makes this game. I think there's a lot bigger issues that we've talked about that contribute to it, along with the very last issue that we're about to talk about right now. You may already know what it is. Ghost, man. Ghost. Oh my god, where do we even start? What do you get when you take something that was totally broken, then had a perfect solution, then go ahead and break it again? You get Ghost. You get the Ghost perk that you have here in Modern Warfare. Right down to the name and in true fashion. Oh my god, we straight up have Ghost from Black Ops 1 all over again. I thought that we as a community had been through this, and everyone agreed that being undetectable by a UAV while moving was the best solution to this. But no, apparently some ghost-loving loser prick got a job at Infinity Ward and somehow got this one to slip through the cracks. How this was ever approved by QC, I have no idea, man. I couldn't even fathom it. It's such a step backwards. It's the biggest step backwards in the whole game. This is a worse idea than Killstreaks, far worse. What were they thinking? For real, like honestly, what could they possibly even been thinking? Honestly, I have no words for this one, man. I'm legitimately stunned that we are back to square one on this. Ugh, what are we gonna do? I pray to God they fix this one. And finally, guys, very last little bonus reason right here, and I'll give you a hint. I've already said it in the video. What do you think it could be? It was the very first sentence that you heard in this video. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the newest installation into the Call of Duty series that aims to bring back players of the golden eras of COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. That's right, the old players. The old players that have come back to this game after not playing Call of Duty for 7, 8, 9 years. The guys my age who are, 26, 27, 28, 29, who were teenagers during the Modern Warfare 2 days, they are now back into COD for this game. Many of them left the franchise back in the day because some people actually, believe it or not, actually grow up, unlike me, and they drift away from video games as life progresses and becomes more busy. But these guys are back now, man, and camping was the meta in COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. Most of these guys probably stopped playing COD around Modern Warfare 3. So when you come back to the game, what do? That's right, you pick back up right where you left off. These guys playing the game now, they never learned how to rush. They missed Black Ops 3 completely. They missed Infinite Warfare. They missed Black Ops 4 altogether. Of course they camp. It's what they know and the only meta they can actually relate to. And with this game being so friendly to that playstyle, what incentive is there for them to branch off and start learning something new now? For them, it's a simple classic case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And sadly, their playstyle is not broken as far as this game is concerned. It's atrocious, it's terrible, it's a travesty, but it is what it is. There's hard truths that we all have to face in life, man, and as much as I love this game, I've been having a great time on it. It has a serious camping problem, and I don't know what the solutions are. I mean, if the developers aren't going to listen to the community feedback, this is what we're going to be stuck with, and we're going to have to get used to it somehow. Fellas, those are all the reasons why Modern Warfare is so campy. Do not forget to let me know down in those comments section down there. If I forgot something, what is that thing? And as usual, we will get a conversation going, and I truly hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do not forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome, amazing content just like this. Turn on your notifications, blah, 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 so you can be a part of the buzz every single time a new video goes live. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. The link is down below, and I will see you dudes in the next video. Love you, bye.